Hey God Squad Church family, 2022 has been such an incredible year for God Squad Church. Watching God strengthen the foundations of His church. Watching some of you step into leadership roles. Watching God stretch you and mold you. Allowing you to use your time, your talent, and your treasure to change the eternities of gamers. It's been an absolute privilege to walk with you through that. Myself and the lead team are so proud of you, and we're so excited for 2023. See, we have one vision at God Squad Church, and that is to help gamers come to know God, experience genuine community, to be able to discover their innate God-given purpose so that they can impact the world and make a difference. And you get to partner with that in God's vision for this church. This year for Waymaker Week, we are so excited. We've been praying and diligently asking God, what is it that you would have us do in 2023? And what He's laid on our hearts is three things. And the most important out of these three things is the first one. And I need you to understand this. The first one is so important because it is the day-to-day needs. And you'd be like, man, that's boring. That's not what that's what we should be most excited about. Watching what God has established at God Squad Church and pouring into those things, like our experience groups, like our Saturday services, watching God use the serve team and our volunteers, watching our media team excel. In the areas, I want to get back to the basics and pour in so much so that God can continue to make the impact He did this last year on the lives of gamers. So number one is day-to-day ministry. Number two is what so many of you are probably been longing for, and something I know in the heart of our team and our staff we've been talking about. And that's getting back to an IRL Squad Con. We are so excited because we truly do think something changes when we're in the room together. And you understand, here at God Squad Church, we believe so heavily in community. And what better way to have community than meeting and hugging that friend that you've had for years that you've never met? So that's number two. Number three is something that is so heavily burdened on my own heart and so many of the team's heart, is we want to empower people in our space, people reaching gamers, people reaching nerd culture, right? We want to empower content creators and digital missionaries to continue to be able to do what they're doing, but with support from God Squad Church, to reach where we cannot always reach. I don't know about you, but I like certain games. And so I will only really ever be able to reach people in the things that I'm passionate and that I love. And we want to support people that are reaching into their different avenues, in their different spaces. We want to partner with them at God Squad Church. We want to support the vision that God has placed in their heart. And we believe that we will continue to see gamers impacted for His purpose, and their eternities changed forever. And so each and every one of the tiers we talk about is completely dependent on your generosity and the generosity of the team and the staff and the people that call God Squad Church home and those that support God Squad Church. We don't operate like a normal church. You know, we have the Waymaker Week, and that's how we fund our budget every year. And so your generosity during this time means the world to us here at God Squad Church, because it allows us to continue doing what God has placed on our hearts. And it allows you to continue doing what God has placed on your heart. And so I pray that you would ask God, what is it, Lord, this week? What is the number that you placed on my heart for generosity? It might hurt. The number might scare you. It might be something you don't think is possible. But if you focus on God and let Him speak to your heart, that faith step will be worth it. I believe that with my whole heart. And we as a church have been representing generosity all year long. 10% of our budget, the top of our budget line, has gone to generosity. And it will continue to do so in 2023. We will be a church that stands on the firm foundation of generosity, of crazy faith, believing God to do what we think is impossible. We call it Waymaker Week because He makes possible. He makes a way where we might even think there is no way. So if you want to partner here with us at God Squad Church, whether you call God Squad Church your home or not, you can give in so many awesome ways here at God Squad Church. If you just go to godsquadchurch.com, there's a giving tab. You can text to give. We'll have all that information ready and available for you. All you have to do is hit the command in the chat, !Waymaker. And it is absolutely, we are a nonprofit, and we would love for you to be able to get the tax write-off as well. And so if you're passionate about reaching gamers with the gospel, or you're passionate about what we're doing in this space, I pray you would just ask God, what number is it that would allow me to make a way where most would believe there is no way?